All right, let's make sure audio's working. Make sure audio's working. All right, audio is good and we're ready to go. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Malin, and welcome back to the channel. Back into the Madden 26 New Orleans Saints rebuild live stream series. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I've actually streamed in general on my channel. I have been playing, College Football 26 and Madden 26 off and on, just like doing things that are not related to any of the streaming series that I'm doing. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I haven't been streaming lately. And also, straight up, work and things in my life have been pretty crazy for the last couple of weeks. There's been a lot of hard days of work, and I've also been taking a lot of time off, not really doing a lot of gameplay, but I decided to hop back into the New Orleans Saints rebuild today to get going with the 2026 season, because I'm very interested to start this next season with our new franchise quarterback. So let me give you guys a look at what our roster is looking like for year 2 of this rebuild. Our starting quarterback now is Lenoris Sellers out of South Carolina. We drafted him in the first round. He's starting out his career as a 74 overall right now. In real life, though, I will say, Sellers actually just entered the transfer portal, so he won't be finishing his career at South Carolina. But in this universe, he finishes his career as South Carolina Gamecock, and he is our starting quarterback. We still, of course, have Rattler and Tyler Shuck on the roster, but I doubt we're going to be investing too much in them in the future, because if Sellers in his first year even gets up to maybe being an 80 overall at least, I think that is going to prove to me and to the team, that's going to prove enough to me that he's the guy that is supposed to be our franchise quarterback. And we have Haener as the fourth quarterback as well. Our running back room is looking a little bit different. Alvin Kamara is still our starter, but for how much longer, I don't really know. I actually decided to go to the free agent market, and I decided to sign Rachaad White. At first, I wasn't going to bring in another running back, but I decided to go with White because, number one, he's the same overall as Kamara. He's also younger than him, and he also is a scheme fit type of guy. He's on the younger side, so I figured if we end up getting rid of Kamara, and also his speed and acceleration are a little bit better, and White and Kamara I think will be a good solid 1-2 punch for our running back room this year. But we still have Kendre Miller. We have Justice Haynes, who we drafted out of Michigan in the draft, who's coming in at 75 overall. He could be that second back for us. We still have Devin Neal, and we also have Evan Hull. Our starting fullback is British Brooks, who we signed this offseason. And our starting receiver room, Chris Olave, we did sign Tutu Atwell to be the second receiver. We also still have Brandon Cooks back for what very well could be his final season. I was a little bit surprised he didn't retire at the end of the 2025 season, but he's still here. We also drafted Antonio Williams out of Clemson, so our receiving core has gotten a little bit of a makeover for the first season of Sellers. I wanted to try to see if I could give Sellers a few more weapons at receiver. Cooks is still pretty productive, but Antonio Williams, I think, is definitely going to be the future number 2 receiver eventually next to Olave. I don't plan on moving Olave at 85 overall right now because 85 overall receivers just don't grow on trees. So the last thing I want to do is trade away our best receiver at any point. We still, of course, have Jalen Polk. We have Trey Palmer, Tip Vele, Means, and a bunch of other receivers. Most of these guys are probably going to be cut at the end of training camp. One of the things that I did kind of like about starting this rebuild, and I hate to say this selfishly because I've been doing different Dallas Cowboys scenarios, rebuilds and stuff like that. We had a decent amount of cap room in the first offseason to actually go out and sign some free agents that hopefully will make a difference on offense. There'll be some investments in defense you guys will see later. We still have Juwan Johnson as our starting tight end. 62 overall, Maliki Mutavo. 76, Kelvin Banks Jr. is our starting left tackle. Asim Richards is still here. David Edwards, who we signed in free agency. We also signed Clay Webb. So the left guard spot had a little bit of a makeover. On the offensive line, Eric McCoy is still really our best offensive lineman. Ruiz is getting a little bit better at 77 overall. And at right tackle, we have Fuaga, who is 79 overall. But if he could get to the A's club this season, that'll be a big help. I think that maybe this next offseason coming up, maybe time to look at upgrading the offensive line because we only have one guy that is in the 80s. I mean, Eric McCoy could get up to being in the 90s by the end of the season and maybe going into 2027 but the left tackle and the right tackle spots are a little concerned to me. Not so much with Talise Fuaga, because he could get up to the 80s club this season, but Kelvin Banks Jr., I mean, he's only been in the league for 1 year, but I need to see a big jump in the next couple of years with him at left tackle. Edge rushers, we still have Chase Young, and we have Diggs backing him up. We still have Carl Granderson. We, of course, had Cameron Jordan retire, so he's no longer here. Maurice Westmoreland was one of our draft picks out of Oklahoma State. Wanted to get some depth on the defensive line behind Granderson, mostly because I don't know how much longer he'll be with us, and we also have Leota backing him up as well as a third guy. Brian Brise was one of the guys that I definitely wanted to bring back and pick up the option on him. He's gotten better. David Gottschalk has gotten better at 78. We got Christian Boyd as a 71, and Bra, who's a 69. We got some new Sam linebackers, Dennis Gardeck and also Sam Iguavin are going to be the guys there. We got a new middle linebacker in Chris Barnes, but I really look at him as really a fill-in guy for this season. Danny Stutzman, I'm hoping is going to eventually be that guy for us. He's only been in the league for 1 year, had a decent rookie season, but unless I see that development get up to the high 70s or 80s, I still am going to be doing plug-and-play starters at the Mike linebacker spot until we get better there. We still have Pete Werner, Jalen Ford, and Sewell. Cornerbacks, Kool-Aid McKinstry, hopefully he'll be in the 80s this season. Alontae Taylor, we brought him back. We have a 74 Quincy Riley. Got him. Starling Thomas was one of our free agent acquisitions, really for depth. 73 overall. And Davison Igolson out of Ohio State was one of our draft picks, 71 overall. Hopefully there'll be some development there. We still have Justin Reeves, our starting free safety, who's actually looking pretty solid at an 86. And we have a 79 Jonas Sanker. We also signed Garrett Forrest to be a backup for him. Our kicker this year is going to be Will Lutz, and Ryan Wright is our 75 overall punter. We actually don't have a long snapper, so I'm going to see if I can actually go sign one, because you actually can't play a game until you have a long snapper. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can sign one. Goodness gracious, we can't. Are there none available? Oh, jeez, that's not good. Okay, well, we may have to change somebody's position to being a long snapper. That's going to be a little left. Okay, well, here's what we can do. We can go out and we could sign maybe a tight end who's not very highly rated. Maybe turn them into somebody who could be a long snapper. Right now I'm going to free agency, and there's nobody there. And I have all selected, so yeah, we're going to have to go ahead and go with somebody. So let's go ahead and sign. I don't even know. Let's go ahead and sign. I'm going to sign this guy, Brady Russell, and I'm going to change him to a long snapper if I can. I think I should be able to do that. It shouldn't be an issue, so let's go ahead and do that. I hate that you have to cheese the game like this nowadays, but you got to do what you got to do to be able to have a full roster, so that's what we're going to have to do. So we're going to make him our long snapper for this season. Yeah, save changes. Let me see what that makes his overall now that he's a long snapper. It's probably going to make it like really, really low. Makes him a 27 overall. But hey, we need a long snapper. We got one by turning somebody into one. I'll probably look to maybe see if there will be any long snapper free agents available, and then I'll look to do that to be able to give us an instant upgrade right there. Because our roster is still at 66. We could actually go up to 75 players, but I don't feel the necessary need to fill out the roster with a bunch of like random players. So we're going to go ahead and simulate through the preseason. I'm going to take a look at some stats at the end of the preseason to see how Sellers did in his first opportunity to play. We have a new injury, and Alvin Kamara fractured his elbow, and he's out. Oh, my goodness, he's done. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, goodness gracious. Our starting running back in a first preseason game fractures his elbow. He's out. Yeah, he's got to go on IR. There's no way. I don't expect us to be a playoff team this year anyway. There's no way he's going to be back. So, yeah. Meanwhile, the rookie Davison has turf toe, and Justice Haynes also has a broken finger. He's week to week. Wow. Okay, well, it looks like that Rashard White is going to be our starting running back way sooner than expected. He's going to be the guy to carry the load as our starting running back this season. So, honestly, I feel like let me go to free agency because I have to look and see if there's any running backs who will be able to help us out. I mean, there's nobody in the 80s, but I'm going to actually sign Kenneth Gainwell for backup depth purposes. He is a scheme fit guy, so I'm going to sign him to be able to give us some decent running back depth because we don't really have a lot of any good backs to be backup guys behind White. So we're going to have Gainwell come in. I don't really remember what his, he's number 14, but I don't think we can change his number to that. So we're going to change his number to something like, we're going to change his number to like number 13. We're just going to have him be number 13 for this season. So yeah, we signed Gainwell to be our backup running back behind White. Doesn't really give us that 1-2 punch that I was hoping for with Kamara and White. So unfortunately, we're just going to have to accept it for what it is. I didn't even look to see if we won or lost our first preseason game. I probably should have. Looking back at the replay, looks like we won our first preseason game by 13 points, so that's good. Guessing Sellers did okay in his first ever start, even though it was a preseason game. We go to week 2, see what happens here. As far as the approval rating for Kellen Moore, we actually got a contract extension, so the approval rating is still average right now at 44%. Unless we only win like one game this season, I think we should be okay. So we actually have more injuries. Our backup right tackle Truss is out 3 to 5 weeks with a broken thumb, shoulder strain, and Kenneth Gainwell, who we just signed, has a high ankle sprain. He's week to week. Oh boy, Sanker, our starting safety, is out with turf toe week to week. So, all right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get to the preseason, and then we'll kind of fill out the roster with some backups to start the regular season, just because. We're kind of losing some depth guys right now. And we lost our last preseason game to the Broncos. So in the first preseason game, we scored 27 points. In the last 2 games, we could only score a total of 13. So not looking too strong going into the regular season as far as preseason performance, but it is what it is. All right, so let's take a look at the injury report because I want to take a look and see maybe. Okay, so looks like other than Truss, who's still out, we got everybody else who's like ready to come back, which is good. So now we got to cut 13
See how many
players.
You need to cut. Here are some recommendations to get you started.
Yeah. Actually, here's something I want to do really quickly. I want to go ahead and see if any long snappers are available. Okay, good. We actually have some long snappers who were cut by other teams. So I want to go ahead and sign Liam McCullough as our long snapper. And don't worry, we'll make the cuts and everything as we feel necessary. But I wanted to go ahead and sign a long snapper, a real legitimate long snapper, so that way we could take care of that because there was nobody available. So in that case, we're going to go ahead and cut cap space. You may not see an increase here. Okay, so yeah, we can cut him and have no cap penalties. That's what I thought was going to happen. All right. Okay, we have to still cut like 14 guys. Can we cut Hayner without, yeah. Won't increase cap space at all, but yeah. So we have 3 quarterbacks active. I'd like to keep 3 active if possible. Of course, Kenneth Gainwell looks like he's back from this quick injury that he had. Rashard White's going to be our starting running back for this season. Got a bunch of guys that we don't need. Let's go ahead and cut Hull. Devin Neal, I really just don't feel a need. I don't incur a penalty. Okay, so we're going to put Neal on the practice squad. We have 4 running backs who are active right now. I'm actually trying to see if I don't have to put Haynes on the practice squad because I feel like somebody is going to pick him up if we do that. We got a bunch of receivers. I pretty much feel like I'm going to cut like half these guys. Yeah, Austin Jr., we're going to cut him. We're going to cut Bell. Means. I'll move you to practice squad, but I'm sure you'll get picked up. Let's see how many receivers we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut Pettis. Okay, no penalties if we cut Palmer. Let me see here. 6. Let's move Tipton to the practice squad. We got 6 receivers active right now. I'd like to keep 6 active if possible during the season, just in case we have to substitute guys. We don't really have a whole lot of depth on the offense. Well, we got some extra guards. I'm going to cut Sherman and Simpkins. I'm going to move you to the practice squad. Got to cut 2 more players. We actually did a decent amount of depth here. Broughton, I'm going to move you to the practice squad. I don't have a whole lot of depth at linebacker, so I feel like I kind of keep things where they are. You got 6 corners, so I'd like to keep that many active. Okay, let's go back to some of the linebacker spots. Okay, we got to cut 1 more player. We have 3 defensive tackles who are active. Yeah, we can definitely cut Leota. All right, cool. So roster's looking pretty good. We actually found a regular long snapper, so we took care of that conundrum going into the season, because you can't start the season unless you have a long snapper. It's, new rules in Madden this year, which, I kind of like, because long snappers are now positions too. It's not just a deal where, they have like a starting tight end and then that makes him the long snapper immediately. So let me see if I can look at maybe stats to see how Sellers did for the preseason. Did he not play in the preseason at all? I thought he was, the starter. Maybe we just didn't throw the ball enough. Why is Sellers third string? No, he's got to be the starter. Yeah, let's just auto reorder. Yeah, auto reorder the depth chart. Okay, Sellers is the starter. White, Gainwell. I don't know what happened. Well, I guess I do have the settings to not automatically redo the chart, so maybe that's what happened. Okay, so we should be good everywhere else. All right, let's put Iguavan as the backup for that. We're good there. I'm actually going to change this here. Sewell. Yeah, Williams. So Williams. We'll go and have him as the kickoff and punt returner. Oh yeah, I forgot that a few seasons ago, Justin Reed was playing with the Texans and he was kicking off. Well, we're not doing that in this universe, buddy. We're having you not dabble in that. You're not going to be our kickoff specialist. Third down back, gadget guy, power back, slot. Okay, so I think we're good everywhere else as far as the depth chart reordering now. So, all right, we should be okay. Yeah, this is our practice squad. Rotten, yeah. Okay. All right, depth chart has been adjusted. So let's go ahead and go to next week. I guess Sellers didn't play at all in the preseason. I forgot to set the depth chart, which is stupid of me. Excuse me. Sorry, I sneezed. I do have 19 skill points to spend, so let me actually go ahead and go to the coaching central. Let me get some upgrades for Kellen Moore. Get some upgrades here. Let's go ahead and upgrade this. He was with 4, so yeah. Approval is at 44% with Moore, so we're average right now. So I'm just hoping that we can keep our job this time, because with the Titans rebuild, we couldn't even finish that one because I got fired immediately. Let's go to the download center and see if we can get a 2027 NFL draft class. 2027 draft full. Let's go with this one. It's got to be pretty much like draft full. Okay. I don't think I've downloaded this one, but let me see who the players are. Let me see if the players are accurate for this one. Yes, Sam Levitt. I know he's real. Dylan Stewart, Raiola, who both of these guys literally right here, just a couple of days ago announced they're going to the transfer portal. Sayan, Seton, Simmons. Yeah, this one actually is a little more accurate than the other one that I think I used. I don't know if I've used that, 2027 version roster before, but okay then. Okay, so we're going into the regular season. We're starting out 79 overall, 80 offense, 79 defense. Let's simulate to the middle of the season and pray that we don't just have 1 or 2 wins, but I got a feeling we could, especially since we got a rookie quarterback. Unless Sellers is going to be one of those quarterbacks that develops quickly, because sometimes what I've noticed is that when it comes to Madden development with rookie quarterbacks, their first year they actually develop a lot if you start them. So maybe Sellers will be up to being an 80 overall by the time we're at the middle point of the season, but don't hold your breath. And look at that. Of course, we only got 1 win. And our approval rating right now is bad with Kellen Moore. So I'm going to probably have to jump in and play some games to be able to keep things going. So let's take a look and see how did we get here. I mean, losing Alvin Kamara for the season can't be the only reason. Well, we lost to the Packers in the first start for Sellers by 11. We didn't score a point against the Ravens. We beat the Vikings by 6. We've only scored 8 points against the Steelers. We only scored 3 points against the Lions. Our offense this year must be looking just abysmal. Do I try to maybe just make a trade or something? Is there anybody on the block who we could use? Maybe a running back? I mean, we just lost Kamara for the season, so Tyrone Tracy Jr. is on the block. And we do have a lot of cap room, so this may be... Okay, what do the Giants really need that maybe we have an extra amount of? I mean, they do need a quarterback, but, I mean, maybe I could just give them Shuck and a draft pick, maybe in the 4th round for Tracy. Trade declined. Let's take Shuck off the board and see if the 4th round pick does it. No, we probably have to get up to 3. Let's see about a 3rd round pick. You know what? Let's go ahead and add Shuck as well. Still declined. Okay, let's take Shuck off the board and see if this 3rd round pick does it. Still declined. Okay, well, adding Shuck actually sweetened the deal a little bit. So let's go ahead and put him back in there. We do have a decent amount of receivers. You know what? Maybe we could trade away Brandon Cooks as well. He's entering the twilight of his career. It'd be a chance to give Antonio Williams more reps. You know what? Maybe let's just take Tyler Shuck off the board completely. Let's go with a 3rd round pick for 2027 and Brandon Cooks for Tracy. Still declined. Okay, well, all right. Well, let's go ahead and actually just throw, you know what? Let's not throw Shuck in there. Let's throw Radler in there. Still declined. Wow. Okay. Well, do we have other players who might be expendable? Possibly. I don't really want to give up any defensive tackles. Maybe Starling Thomas, backup corners. Trade accepted. So we got Tyrone Tracy. That might not have been the best thing I could have done, but he was the best running back on the trade block. Kamara's done for the season. Rashard White has dipped. So we needed a boost at running back. So I think this ultimately is actually going to be a good idea for us to go ahead and go with. So we just traded for Tyrone Tracy. We got rid of our third-string quarterback for him. Sellers is still at a 74 at the midpoint of the season. Chris Olave actually has dipped down to an 84. Atwell, Williams, still looking the same. Let's see. We definitely probably... Well, I mean, I'm not saying that trading for Tracy is going to solve all of our problems, but I do think that it's a decent idea. Let me see, actually, maybe if Tyrone Tracy wore what number maybe he wore in college, because it looks like 29 is already taken, so we can't use that one. Looks like he wore number 3 at Iowa State, or Iowa, excuse me. But I don't think we have 3 available. So who's wearing 29? Let me see who's wearing 29. Oh, it's Rashard White, of course. Let's see. I feel like we've already got somebody wearing number 3. I guess we don't, actually. Let's see if we can give him 3. 3 was the number that he wore in college at Iowa. So we can give him that number potentially. And based on the fact that Cam Scadaboo is still there and he's healthy, it's probably why they had Tracy on the block. But hey, an 81 overall running back is not that bad. And, you know, we need to get younger there. And actually, Purdue. I said Iowa, Purdue. I just looked at his thing. So getting a young running back in Tracy, I think, is going to be solid. I mean, Rashard White could be, you know, helpful, but yeah, we're going to go with that. That's our new look that we're going with. Let me see also, because obviously we had to trade away some other pieces. I didn't want to give the Giants like too high of a pick. Of course, you know, we traded away Starling Thomas, who we signed in free agency. So now we only have 4 cornerbacks available. Let me see who is injured, because I feel like that we have accumulated more injuries since the beginning of the season. Okay. Well, Ruiz, our starting right guard, is out for 1 with his dislocated hip. All right. Let's go to the coaching center, because we have 30 points that we could spend. So let's go ahead and start spending some of those. Let's go ahead and spend 20 of them here. We still got a lot of upgrades to do, so yeah. So trading for Tyrone Tracy, I mean, I'm going to look at the trade block again and see if there's anybody else on the block who could help us out. Left guard is one of the positions of need that we have, but there's really nobody on the block that's very helpful for us. What about defensive tackles? Tyrone Tracy might have been the only decent upgrade that we could have done off the block. Yeah, there's really no good upgrades here. Not a middle linebacker either. Right edge rusher. No, there's really nobody. Let's go and see who like the top overall guys on the block are, if we can see that. Guess not. Okay. Charbonnet was on the block. Parker Washington, receiver, was on the block. I mean, no, that's not really better than what we have. Also, Josiah Stewart, Keon White. These guys really aren't major upgrades. I think Tracy was the best that we could have done as far as upgrades that we needed. Of course, also it meant we traded away Brandon Cooks, but he was going to be on his way out anyway. And this is also going to give Antonio Williams more reps. We got to give the rookie more chance to develop. So I think that's a decent idea. And it only cost us a 3rd-round pick, I believe. So, I mean, 3rd-round picks are okay, but, you know, we just got a decent upgrade at running back through the trade market. So that'll help us out, especially with the loss of our starting running back during the season in Kamara. So, and we'll sort out all the running back conundrums at the end of the season. So, you know, we'll take care of that when we need to. So let's go ahead and upgrade our players. Okay. So I'm actually going to jump in and play this season game against the Cardinals. I'm going to play offense only. Black pants there. So we're going to go ahead and play this game against the Cardinals. My first chance to get my hands on Sellers and also get a chance to play with our new running back, Tyrone Tracy, and see what we can do. So overall, it looks like that we've just struggled mightily. We're also going against another team just as bad as us in the Arizona Cardinals. They're 1-5, just like us. And I'm going to play offense this whole game, see if we can get this season back on track at least a little. Like I said, I'm not expecting the playoffs this year, but at the same time, the last thing that I want to do is have things get this bad. Okay, so I don't know what happened, but the depth chart, I guess, just didn't readjust. So I'm going to have to adjust it myself, I guess. Tracy, we just traded for you. You're in. Oops. White, you're the backup. Gainwell, your third string. Yeah, we'll get this situated when we get to. There's Tracy, new running back. Although the reverse carry for White was pretty good at 9 yards. All right, Tracy, welcome to New Orleans, the former New York Giants running back. And Cam Scatterbo basically took his starting job. Now he's our guy now. It'll be a chance to start it for us for the rest of the season. Meanwhile, the rookie Sellers goes his first completion to the tight end right there. Second down. Just going to play Tracy here. Tracy gets a block, and he walks into the end zone. Saints are on the board first. All right, and our defense made a stop, but they made the stop at the 1-yard line, so we got to drive the length of the field.
On the ground here, Tracy. He's going to manage a long yard on that drive up the gut. That's Sheldon Rankins in on the stop.
Got the rookie Haynes in here out of Michigan. In his first carry of the game here.
They'll run for the first time with their rookie
Oh, way to bounce it off. There we go. Decent run. Okay.
Jalen Thompson, the man on the tackle. This is a tough spot to punt. Got to convert here on third down. He's going to throw it. Pushes it towards his running back. It's going to wind up incomplete. It brings up fourth down.
He's fired at him.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. And he gets it away from his end zone. Through the 40.
Missed the tackle. Tried to dive with his legs. The Cardinals get on the board with a field goal. Second quarter, I'm just getting going here. Come on, Olave. There we go. At least we have Olave.
40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Here's Tracy on first down. Running their full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that.
Well, our rookie quarterback's got to make plays here.
Here's a throw.
Screen play was set up decently. Oh, great move, Tracy. Here we go. It's be a risk when we run play with 2 yards to go, but what's up? Come on. Good blocking. Here we go. He's blocking. Picked up first. We got to get something going down.
They're going to try and throw it here. Hitting Olave on the slant. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Fullback, guys.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. On the give, it's
oh, it's perfect. Oh, the fullback. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Let's go.
Trying to work quickly now.
All right, let's audible a quick slants action.
In the red zone now. Escapes the pocket.
And that was a bad throw. I should have just run it with Sellers. Fortunately, our defense made the stop. We actually got decent field position. Got 3 minutes left in the half. See if we can get down this field and score. Oh, great throw. Perfect. Nice job. Good throw, Sellers. Job, Will.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Jalen Polk.
Working inside the red zone.
Hulk again.
And he's taken down.
Picks up the first.
Very quickly get into first and goal.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s,
all right, 2-minute warning.
Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s.
Up 7-3, but we got a chance to add more to the scoreboard.
Settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Tracy.
Cardinals do not use a timeout.
You know, Ken, these are the
Oh, now they do.
situations in training camp that
I was going to say, we're trying to just, I love you at 7.
In these goal-to-go situations, you know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
It's a mesh.
Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal. I'll throw it.
Oh, man.
He's getting close, and they take it
Let's
down.
call another timeout.
Arizona goes ahead and calls its second timeout. Following the sack, and they need to
Guy
find
keeps
11
screaming
yards
up the
here
middle.
on third and goal. Third and long for him here.
Olave, come on, man. Dang it.
Incomplete on
Try to
third
put
and
that
goal.
ball in there.
Talk about coming up close.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for a flag too, Chris.
Partner, and now a decision for this
Well,
offense to
he's
make
going to
on
take a
fourth
field goal.
down.
We know how hard it can be defensively in these goal-to-go situations.
Not an ideal way to end the half, but at least we got points out of that. All right, well, the Cardinals didn't do anything either, so you know what? Let's damn the torpedoes. Let's try a couple of deep shots. We have 2 timeouts left. Let's try to get down the field and take a field goal.
That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16
Wow, that was
seconds
just
remaining.
horribly misfired.
Each incompletion, each turnover, each sack could almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative this quarterback stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Off the play fake, he'll throw.
Olave got it. Oh my gosh, I stopped for a second because I thought he didn't catch it, but he did. And he's gone. Touchdown, Chris Olave. Oh, I had to, I usered it and it worked. Finally, I get a user catch. Look at this. It wasn't the best throw. It was double coverage, but Olave came up with it. And you guys will see I kind of hesitated right there, and then I just kept going, and Olave was able to use his speed to get away and get the touchdown. Now, that is how you end the half. That could be a season-changing play, but I'm not going to get too pumped up about it. So here we are in the third quarter. That was a huge throw. Sellers finally finds Olave for a touchdown.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw.
Yeah, the tight end totally got held up on the line. That's another position we got to upgrade to get better with tight end.
Looking to throw here.
Atwell, and the little guy gets the first.
He's going to be brought down here at the 42. They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake.
Got him. We'll catch Olave. You know, that wasn't the best thrown ball, but still caught it.
That 100-yard mark, it's as coveted by receivers as it is by running backs. And he's now reached it with that last catch. They go play action on 1st down.
Again, Olave, the money man, 1st down. 5 catches, 127 yards.
Come up on 1st and 10.
It's kind of going to him the whole game pretty much, but
Sticking to the air here.
it's our best weapon, so you go.
What?
We got to work on that accuracy here, Sellers. All right, at least our defense is actually making a bunch of stops today, giving us plenty of opportunities. I mean, then again, this Cardinals team is just as bad as we are. They're 1-5. And Tracy with a big first. Oh, get off me! Let's go. Good job, Tracy. Powerful one.
They go right back to Tracy.
Like the cut back.
And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. They're going to throw out of the gun. Defender arrives
Probably
right
wasn't the
as
best
the ball does,
safety
and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Poor guy Atwell.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Pretty hard after that one.
To the air on 3rd and long.
Oh, tight end stumbled. I should have probably looked deep for Olave right there, but I thought maybe our tight end had enough to pick up first. Field goal time for Lutz. All right, so we tack on a field goal to give us a 17-point lead here in the third quarter. Our defense is still holding up very strong. They've held Arizona to just one field goal the whole game, so we've got control of this game right now.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down after his play rips off quite a chunk of yardage there, off to the 30.
Another big game for Olave.
Here we go, 1st and 10. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. He'll knife his way through for a pick of a 4.
Well, he's not having like big.
Two-time Super Bowl winner says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example.
Olave's banged up. He can get back in. Getting his ankle taped.
It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
I mean, Tracy in his first game is doing some decent things. He's not, breaking off, big runs, but still. Sellers thrown 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, he has thrown a pick today. I did throw a pick with him. Actually, 2 picks. But his performance is probably got his best performance of the season so far. And he'll get better. I mean, he's only still a 74. And we don't have a whole lot of wins under our belt, which I'm sure is kind of hindering his development so far. I mean, we're 1-5 right now to start the season. So,
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Tracy, this is why you brought you in here to pick up these yards for us. Oh, there we go, Tracy, first down. It's got to be at least close to like 50 yards rushing. Yes.
I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
He's got 45 yards on the day, which isn't too bad. He's been used a lot on the screen.
Here's 2nd and 7.
We're white stick here.
Throwing it.
Oh, sacked. Didn't need enough time.
And that sack may change the next play call as it sends him backwards ahead of 3rd down.
Oh, Olave, you're open. Come on, catch that. There we go. First down. Rushing through speed. Yeah, he's banged up.
That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
We've got kind of this game finished out, so let's run the football. Let's not get too much more with the tear on Olave because if he gets hurt, our offense is going to keep going down for 2 weeks. 2nd and 7.
Here's Tracy once more. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting
52 yards.
4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave
our running game's basically at the bottom of the game. And I'm not saying that trading for Tracy is going to be an instant upgrade for us for the future, but we just needed a spark at running because it really seemed like that we weren't getting anything out of the sharp lights. We get the 1st down completion to Polk. Keeps the drive going.
Here we go, 1st and 10. Pass play coming here.
It's open again, 1st down.
And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Let's go now.
Tracy again. Good run. Got decent blocking. We're last in the league in yards per game, so I'm hoping that this is kind of going to be a watershed game for us, where we, do some good things today that we can build off of, and hopefully this season won't be a deal where, we have like one of the worst records.
Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Throwing now out of the shotgun.
Finally, tight end gets open, touchdown. Sellers tosses another.
It's a New Orleans touchdown.
Stop.
The save.
42 seconds. This game is all but over. Cardinals have turned it over 4 times. We've only turned it over twice.
Here's
Tracy gets another big run
They're going to bring him down just
to wrap
after
this
he
one
crosses the
up.
50.
Almost getting close to 100 yards, but needless to say, Tracy in his first game with us definitely made an impact. So I'm hoping that at least for the rest of this season, as far as running back is concerned, this trade is going to be a big boost for us. And Tracy's also a scheme fit guy too, so I figured why not. So I take control of the offense for the whole game, and we beat the Cardinals handily, 27-3. Kyler Murray and company never got going. I mean, then again, the Cardinals are just as bad as we are, but Sellers had a great game, except for the 2 interceptions. Running game was pretty good in Tracy's first game with us. So hopefully this will get us back on a little bit of a winning way here. We pick up our second win of the season. So just hoping this is the beginning of us kind of turning the corner, at least a little bit of just getting better week by week. Because, we still got a long way to go with this team, but hopefully this was a good confidence-boosting game for Sellers. Because, the rookie, he needs to get his confidence up. So yeah. So we are right now 2-5. The approval rating went up a little bit from 32% to 34%, so that's good to see. We've got some points to spend. We actually got a decent amount of points to spend now because of that win. So I'm going to spend 30 of them right here. Give us a big upgrade on Blitzbuster. Now we've got to look at the negotiating screen, and we have $83 million, and Chris Olave needs a new deal. And I'm not going to mess around with this. What about this neutral deal? Will he take it? He needs to do more convincing. Okay, so he wants something player-friendly. Well, we'll come back to that later. Miller, you're out of here. Gainwell, you can leave. Go check a second string, but he really doesn't want to be here. Kamara is also a free agent, so he's worth letting walk. Richards, I'm not planning on bringing him back. Pleasanton, Gardeck, no. Gates, no. Well, these guys are really stopgap players anyway. Lutz, maybe. And we got, and Talise Fuaga, 80 overall is right tackle right now. We're going to pick up the 5th-year option on him for sure. That'll be a big need for our offensive line. Only guy I really want to bring back is Chris Olave out of this whole bunch, so we're going to do that. And I think Tracy still has a few more years left on his deal, so I think we'll be in decent shape with that. All right, so I'm going to simulate this week, see if that win gives us some momentum. We're up to 80 overall across the board pretty much. And we beat the Giants by 17. So we scored 27 points in back-to-back games. The approval rating is going up to, 37% now, so that's good. But we have a new injury. Quincy Riley has a dislocated wrist. And Chase Young, our best edge rusher, has an upper arm fracture. He's out 2 to 4 weeks. Let me see here. Well, so if Young is out, yeah, I want to go out and get help at defensive end for us. Let's see. Is he right or left? Is he right or left or edge rusher? He's left. Okay, so let's get a left guy. No. Let's go to free agency. And I'm not messing around with practice squad stuff. Left edge rusher. It's got the same rating. Well, Clowney's out here. Hassan Reddick is also out here. But the best rated guy, well, these guys are actually all pretty old. We're going to go bring in Samson Abukam to give us some help with Chase Young missing time for the next few weeks. We're only still at 52 players, so Coach Central, we actually have 16 points. I think that's enough to upgrade at least a little bit. Okay, well, it's going to give us one less point, but go ahead and upgrade Dr. Dots. That's a funny thing. Let me see what injuries we still have that are. I actually, let's check the free agent pool and see if there's anybody here who could be any help. I mean, I don't really think we're going to, Tony Jefferson is old. He's 76. There's really not a lot of free agents out here that could really be any assistance to us. So I'm not going to really bother with that too much. Got to upgrade players after this week. we got upgraded players, film room, weekly awards. Oh, Peyton Werner had 11 tackles, 1 sack, and interception. He was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And then again, we held the Giants to 10 points, so Tyrone Tracy got revenge against his former team, who we traded for. I mean, they didn't really trade him to us. We traded for him. Right now, we are still at the bottom of the NFC South behind the Falcons, so still, kind of on the struggle bus here, so to speak. But we do have a divisional game coming up against the Buccaneers. Let's get back to Mr. Olave. He wants a player-friendly deal. I'd sign today if there was some way to improve this team aligns with my interests. Oh, okay. So he's really being a tough nut to crack, I guess. Well, I guess we're just going to have to go with a very player-friendly deal. But then again, we're not really offering anything to anybody else whose contracts are up, really. So we're just going to go with, what we have. All right. So we've got the Bucs this week. I'm going to go ahead and simulate this one, see if we get a 3-game winning streak going here and get a win against a divisional opponent. But I don't know. We're in week 10 right now. Our winning streak ends after 2 games. We lose to the Bucs by 8. Approval rating is back down to 36%, which isn't too bad, but still. And we also have another new injury. And Diggs, who was a backup left edge rusher, is week to week with an upper arm fracture. Chase Young is still out. So, let me actually go to options. I'm going to go to user settings because I feel like the depth franchise settings. Settings, yeah. Let's see. Because the depth chart, I don't think is automatically reorder depth chart auto. Turning that to auto. Because I don't think that the depth chart is automatically getting adjusted when we make new signings. Like, I'm pretty sure that we didn't have a Bucam starting at left edge rusher. Because of the injuries. So. I forgot he's out. Okay. So yeah, Buchan is going to put him in there as the starter, 76 overall. He had another weekly award. Barnes had 19 tackles. Wow. Even in a loss, he had 19 tackles. That's impressive. I don't know what the record is, but that's got to be like something close to all time. Let's see. Most tackles in one game, NFL. Most tackles in a single game, 24 combined tackles shared by David Harris of the Jets in 2007 and Luke Kuechly of the Panthers. Okay, well, considering those, 24 and he had 19, that's got to be like a few, like probably the top 5 all time as far as guys that had most tackles in a single afternoon. So yeah. So shout out to Chris Barnes. Veteran guy coming in, really a stopgap guy, and he has one of the best performances by an individual player on our team this season. So, okay, all right. All right, let's get back to Olave. We got to finish this. 5 years, $9.4 million, $9 million signing bonus. Will you please take this? Excited to sign. Great, we got him. And it leaves us with $66 million. I don't know if I want to keep God Chalk or not, because he's not a starter, and we can always get him back, or we can look at other upgrades in free agency. I feel like we need to do that. As far as everybody else, the only guy I've said is Fuaga, but we're going to pick up the 5th-year option on him, so we're going to pick him up. He's still a young player, still on his rookie deal. All right, so now we've got another divisional game against the Atlanta Falcons. I'm just hoping we can get maybe another win out of this. The approval rating is down to 36%. If we get to maybe like lower than 30% or something like that, then I'm going to say, okay, I got to probably run the table and try to get as many wins under our belt as we can. All right. Do we get a bounce back win against the Falcons? Nope, we lose by 8. Back down to 35% for the approval rating. Great players. Let's go ahead and do that. Olave's getting a little bit better. He's up to like an 85. All right. Well, I'm probably going to have to start jumping in and playing some of these games at this point just to ensure that we don't get fired. So I think I'm going to jump in and play this game against the Bengals and see if I can, play the offense and find a way to get a win in this one. Because I can't go 2 franchises in a row, 2 rebuilds in a row, and get fired in each of them. That's just not something that I want to have happen because it's just too hard, I mean, they did give me. I mean, they might have given more an extension, but hey, they can always, terminate that contract anytime they want to. There's also a part of me that's really wondering. I got to see what the development of Lenora Sellers is really looking like at the end of the season because it's not like we drafted this guy and he was an instant, major upgraded quarterback. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's not in any contention, and he won't be in any contention for offensive rookie of the year or anything like that. So we may have to go back to the drawing board on the quarterback situation, which based off of our record right now, if we keep doing things the way that we have been, we're going to probably have a decent enough pick to go draft another quarterback if we really want to. And just kind of like the Saints have been going through this in real life ever since Derek Carr. They've been, drafting different quarterbacks, going with different methods, and they really have not hit on a main guy since Drew Brees. And that's what I'm hoping to do with this rebuild, is to be able to, finally figure out who that guy is and be able to have him be the guy that leads the Saints back to the promised land. So that's what I'm thinking for this. And, making the trades for somebody like Tyrone Tracy is not really something that I do a lot during these rebuilds at the middle point of the season. But only seeing 1 win on that board and the fact that we've won 2 games since that trade, even though we have lost the last 2 games, to me at least indicates that we're doing a little bit better. Offensively, to put up 15 points and 20 points compared to what we were putting up early in the season with the way the team was, as is, without the trade for Tracy at running back, this offense has to be improving at least a little bit. And Sellers is still the best option. I'm not going to just say, oh, we're just going to put Rattler in there and just see what he does. At this point, Rattler is just going to be a backup for us until he's off the roster. So we're not going back to him. And I think that's just, the idea that we need to look at. But like I said, and then again, I know that, and then again, there could be a free agent quarterback out there that could be a better upgrade. And if it's somebody that's very good, maybe somebody like a Brock Purdy, or I know in one rebuild that I did, Josh Allen was available as a free agent, but he was basically at the end of his career by that point. So maybe somebody like that, but I don't know. And it all depends on just what happens. So we'll see. Well, I'm actually going to go ahead and jump in and play this game against the Bengals and see if I can get a win. We're playing at home in the Superdome, so I'm going to see if I can get a win against the Saints. Just be able to kind of get some momentum back. We're 3-7 right now. Try to get to that 4th win. There's still a decent amount of games left to get some more wins under our belt, but at this point, we got to start stacking up some success. The last thing I want to see is more getting fired at just 2 years, and our defense is still having its struggles. We have improvements that we got to make everywhere. It's not just at the quarterback spot.
On the ground, the goal was shot right the back out of Arizona State. He'll move ahead for about 3.
Yeah, once again, we have White in there as the starter. I'm going to have to redo the depth chart, aren't I? Yeah.
Demetrius Knight there on the tackle. 2nd and 6. From the 34-yard line.
After this game, I'm going to have to make
Here's
the
2nd and 6.
depth chart adjustments.
Off the play fake. He'll
Here we go.
look to throw.
Oh, juke him out of his shoes. Let's go.
On the other side of midfield.
That's going to get the crowd fired up a little bit.
Downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw.
Oh, great move by Atwell.
This one complete to Atwell.
We'll take 6 yards.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
On Tracy, get to the out. Oh, almost got the first, but Anderson was right there too. Bengals are 5-5. They're 500, so it's definitely a tougher opponent we have, but still. But this game is still winnable. Down by 7 going into the second quarter, but we've got a decent drive cooking right now. Got to finish it. Okay, third down and 1. Very important.
Quarter 2 begins. They've got it facing 3rd and a yard. On the ground, here's Tracy.
Thankfully, the fullback picked up that block, or else I don't think Tracy would have been able to find the hole to get the first. That was a big play there.
That's good for the Saints.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw.
I should have seen that guy. I should have been more aware of him sitting in that zone there. Bengals go right down the field and score again.
Right away, they'll set up to throw.
Almost got a little off it. Thought I could use a catch that.
Tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
Coverage by Terry on
Back to throw.
On Atwell. Great catch.
Into the hands of Atwell. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
16 yards. And the Saints, first down.
They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on first down. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Just shy of midfield. Here's second down and 7. They'll look to throw. Throw left side.
Got Polk. Polk's actually been kind of the main guy or receiver in this game. Well, we got weapons out here. That's one thing I know. Even outside of Olave, we got some guys to make plays. So I like the pieces that we have in place. We just need more around it. You know, and I'm talking about the secondary positions, the offensive line. Finally deciding of, you know, if Tracy's going to be the guy at running back. Then again, based on a run like that, that's proof enough for me. We finally get into the end zone. And Saints, and we immediately give up another 2 touchdowns.
Back to throw here to begin the drop. Look middle here, and there's Olave. And he'll be brought down just shy.
We only have 1 timeout left.
Saints going to use their second timeout. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Oh my God. My game is frozen. I can't snap the ball. At least I stopped the clock. But okay, that was a glitch and a half if I've ever seen it. Come on, EA. And I didn't want to burn that timeout because we need it. Sometimes the game just messes with me so hard. It's like, it's not even fun. Okay, good. We got a first down. Double up. Well, we gave you all the big bucks.
It's a first down.
That's another Saints first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
He'll drop to throw.
Almost threw another pick.
Ball's around, but it is incomplete. Intended try again. It's second and 10.
He was covered by Garrett.
They'll look to throw yet again.
Man.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it
He's
took
having
the
a whole
quarterback
timeout.
off guard. He was trying
This is
to
going to be a
attack
long
them
attempt, but
downfield.
I might as well
By the time
go
he was
for the
able to
field
get
goal.
through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time.
It's a
and that's
60-yarder,
all the pass
but
rush
let's
needed
try it.
to get to the backfield and bring him down.
A 60-yard attempt.
Come on, Lutz. And Lutz makes it, so we at least get a field goal to end the half. Still down 11 points. Okay. Our defense made a stop. Gave us a chance to trim into this lead.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one on target to
Olave.
He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
For the Saints, first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Looking down the field there, but his ball's incomplete. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Complete.
Let's go now.
Cam Taylor-Britt on coverage.
Oh, man.
The rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Ready?
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Oh, man. That was terrible misfire.
That one falls incomplete. So 4th down, and Ryan Wright on to punt it away.
By Barrett Carter.
And he'll get forward a few yards.
Oh, we can't take advantage of the defense making a stop for us. But they make another one. Okay, so we're not totally done yet, but we got to score on this drive. I think it's something.
From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
Now it's 2nd
Brings up
and 1.
2nd and a yard. At the 15-yard line.
They'll run with Tracy. And that's going to be enough for
First
first down. With the change, up past the 20.
It's a gain of 8. And the Saints, first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Atwell couldn't hold on.
And the clock will stop likely one more play in this 3rd quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10.
Couldn't hold on to that one either. 3rd down. It's the end of the 3rd quarter. Going to one more quarter. Been tough sledding against the Bengals.
You're watching the NFL
Just trying to
on EA Sports.
get our 4th win.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10.
Try while they wait to run that route.
His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
That's good for the Saints. First down.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That one
He didn't catch
the
it.
defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
Hold on to it for a sec.
Complete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
To the air one more time.
And that's out of bounds.
Left sideline, but
Needless to say, Sellers' accuracy is not very good right now.
that's going to bring up 3rd down.
That still needs a lot of work. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, but Coach let us go for it. Yeah, it's 4th and 10. We got to go for it.
And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Got it to Cole. Nice.
And he's going to have the Saints first down. As this defense
Good catch, Cole.
loose there. Gain of 19 on 4th down.
In his stride. Atwell. Oh, I was letting him speed him quick away from that.
Inside the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
That one could have been a pick.
Chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Second and 10.
Jordan battled there defensively.
They'll look to throw again. Pass is caught.
It's 31.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
You just need to pick
Really
this
nice
up.
throw right there. And as you
Keep
can
power,
see
let's
the
do it.
numbers he's been able to put up here, I'm a little surprised, if I'm being honest, Mike, with just how easy it seems to have been. It just
Easy
seems
first
like
down.
he's made
Let's actually go a little bit
decisions
up tempo.
every time that he's decided to throw the ball.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10.
I can speed up the tempo just a little bit
He's
to
got it at the 3.
give us enough time for hopefully one more possession.
Good job defensively.
Our defense
to
can make a
sure
stop.
he did not
That's the
get
big
to the end
problem.
zone. Using the jet sweep.
Dang it, Tracy.
Run it up the middle. And he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is third and goal.
You dropped that!
And that is incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that third down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this.
And
In the end zone and
fourth
intercepted.
down.
That's the safety, Geno Stone. This
That's the
one, a
game.
win for the visiting Bengals.
Well, I didn't make the best decision. I probably should have just kicked the field goal there, but
Defense rising to the occasion.
I wanted more. I wanted to try to see if I could hit Olave inside, and instead throw another pick with Sellers. Had a chance, but just couldn't pull it out. Didn't have enough time. Also in the first half, I mean, we let that one get kind of out of hand. So now we're sitting here at 3-8. Approval rating is down to 33%. Just worried now at this point that. All right. Let's get this depth chart adjusted. All right, there we go. It's auto reordered, so now we're good. All right. I'm going to risk the sim against the Raiders. And we lost again. Approval rating continues to be in the low 30s. Maybe Sellers just isn't the guy. I think we got to try this quarterback thing again. Well, I'm going to play this game against the Panthers because I just feel like that we got to find a way to get a win. Panthers are 7-5. They're vying for a playoff spot. I'm just going to try to see if I can get another win here.
EA Sports welcomes you
We're 3-9 right now.
presentation of the National Football League. Please welcome
Playing on Thursday Night Football. Fortunately, I got the depth chart adjusted, so we shouldn't have any substitution errors that we have to do at the last, minute. I'm hoping I can get the running game going better with Tracy. So.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Saints.
Now a play fake here on first down. To the right side and complete to Atwell.
I kind of shovel past that to Atwell because that defensive guy was probably right in my face. I threw it.
Brings up second and 4.
Good blocking on the line. Good blocking. There we go, Tracy.
And a good space to operate there as he takes his down inside the 35-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up second down.
32-yard line.
2nd and 9 now. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
I had to hesitate and move
Timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured. Shaking up on that last play. 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw here.
Here we go, Olave.
And he is going to have a Saints first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Another Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Tracy.
Oh, Tracy, go. Set up 1st and goal. There we go. All right, I want to try to give it to him and finish this drive off.
Has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll go again with Tracy.
We just can't punch things in and get them out of the
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1.
They're a little more spread out now.
And goal at the 6-yard line.
On the game, it's Tracy.
Still not much of a place. Come on, we need Olave. I need to fix this. Come on.
Looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal.
Touchdown, Olave. All right, good opening drive. Just what we need. And our defense made a stop.
Set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this 1st quarter.
Ugh. Yeah, we got to get better tight ends that can actually catch the ball.
Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
They'll hand it to Tracy. And they get him down
Trace.
before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for the Saints. First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Tries the left side and finds Olave.
All right. That's the end of the 1st quarter. We're up 7-0 after a long but successful drive.
Ready for the 2nd quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in
It's
possession.
2 yards to go. Let's go with a
2
fullback
yards to
dive.
go, 2nd down.
Usually when we call this, we actually get more than necessary yardage.
Action. Now first carry for their
Not this time.
Looking for a seam.
3rd and 1.
He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Heavy set out.
Honestly, I feel like
3rd
it
and
stopped.
1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Now a first carry here for
Ricky Haynes picks up the 1st.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Tracy going to get it on 1st down. And he stopped immediately there. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Fix things actually.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
No time.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The Saints on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 14.
Flag.
Picked off by J.C. Horn.
Oh, thank goodness that wipes out. That wipes out an interception. It kind of looked like interference, but I didn't know if they were going to call that. Thank goodness they did, because that keeps our drive going. Well,
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Here now, 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man Johnson.
nice.
And he gets it inside.
Johnson finally made a catch. Don't be celebrating too much, dude. That's like your first catch in, like, I think 2 or 3 games.
First down.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw.
Oh, there we go, Atwell.
Throws left side.
Gets us
Atwell's got it.
at the 2-yard line.
Takes us down to about the 2.
I really want to try to punch this thing in.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Panthers' 2-yard line.
Oh, come
It's
on.
Tracy. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line.
He was brought down by
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2.
Nowhere to run that to me. I probably should have run a play pass there. I'm going to throw it. Come on, 4th and goal, guys. I'm out. Panthers, okay. 3:14 to go in the half. Yeah, let's just take the points. That's a better idea. Just take the points.
This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard
All right, there we go. Up by 10. We'll take it. And the Panthers still have not found their way into the end zone. Well, okay.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Antonio Williams, the rookie. Can't make this much. I feel like these guys, so I'm not like giving up on them. One season, crazy.
There's a short one caught by Johnson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. We've hit the
2-minute warning. We're up by 10. I think we're just on the outside of field goal range. And Lutz has made a 60-yarder before. So, well, we still have a little ways to go. Especially it being 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
See if we can pin him deep though.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
Out of bounds at the 3. All right, that was a good punt.
A beauty.
Saints can't drive the field.
Ready to get their drive started. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete.
Oh, Tracy's still up. Oh, go, Tracy, go.
Still on his feet.
Oh, my goodness. Tracy is gone. Touchdown on the screenplay. Let's go. What a play. Oh, my goodness. All right, Panthers are finally on the board with a field goal. We're in the 3rd quarter now. Getting that touchdown was huge at the end of the half.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
He's breaking tackles, getting 8 yards out of him. Bad look for the rookie running back.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup.
On the run is Tracy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
He got 75 yards rushing.
6 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
First down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Almost got first.
The 45 before going out of bounds. 2nd down and a yard.
Out of bounds at the 44-yard line. A gain of 9.
They'll run with Brooks. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken
That makes it
down.
3rd and inches.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured.
We got to pick this up
Shaken
if it's
on that
inches
last
to go,
play.
guys.
3rd down, here's Tracy.
First down, Trace.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Crossing route catch made by Johnson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down.
And another pretty good drive, though.
On the ground, here comes Tracy.
Yeah, the offensive line just needs to work all out. We really got to find, like, a good guard or really good, center. Well, I mean, our center is good, but the interior, guards, tackles, we need catch by Antonio Williams. And keep his feet in bounds for that catch.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard
To throw now on 1st down.
Oh, wow, they took him.
Incomplete.
I don't blame him. That was a tough catch for him.
2nd down.
I mean, we basically had to overpay for him because we still got a lot of work to do with this team. But if he keeps making catches like that, he is going to be the centerpiece. That's why we're paying you the big bucks. You are the centerpiece of our football team. They give you the money. I couldn't go anywhere.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Second and goal at the 6-yard line.
Hi, Olave. All you, Olave. Touchdown. Big play there. 21 points in the fourth quarter. It's looking like we're on our way to our 4th win of the season. So, quiet maybe cool down Kellen Moore's hot seat just a little. Not too much, but still. And this is going to be a pretty solid looking win. I mean, the Panthers are 7-5. They're looking for some playoff positioning, and we're kind of playing a little bit of spoiler out here. So, it's a good look. And Tracy has been phenomenal. He's almost at 100 yards, 14 carries, 93 yards. Let's get another big long run with him. I'll get him up over 100. He has made a difference for this offense. Like, I can tell with the explosive plays that we get.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Haynes, the rookie out of Michigan, getting first. He's been a little bit integrated more too. I think I made a good move in kind of giving him more of an opportunity to play. I think our running back situation is a little bit better.
But he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's 2nd and 8.
The 17-yard line.
Go Olave.
The pass caught by Olave. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Yards on the play. That's another Saints 1st down.
Fullback dive for the touchdown. Let's go. Now that'll put the nail in the coffin. Scoring 31 points. Probably one of our best outputtings we've had all season as far as numbers. So probably not the best idea. It's fine. Well, I'm not going to be running another play. So we come back home and we beat the Carolina Panthers very handily, 31-10. Pick up our 4th win of the season. Running game was there. Tracy almost had 100 yards rushing. Didn't really make too many mistakes with Sellers as I did in the Bengals game, so hoping it's just a confidence boost for him. And we win on Thursday Night Football, 31-10.
No turnovers by either side.
Definitely took better care of the football with Sellers in this game, so very good performance. And our defense played pretty well, too, only holding the Panthers to 10 points, especially with Bryce Young open coming. That's pretty good. So approval rating did go up a little bit. So now 34% with that win, so helps out a little. Then we've only got 4 games left in the season. We got to play the Panthers again. Let me go ahead and check the injury report really quick and see if we have anybody banged up still. Cooley McKinstry has dislocated wrist. He's week to week. But we don't have any other new injuries, so we can at least end the season with not having to pick up a lot of extra players just to be stopgap guys on 1-year deals for the rest of the season. So we're looking good there. All right, I'm going to trust the sim against the Bears, even though they're a 7-6 team and they should beat us. But we had an upset last week, and we have one this week. Oh my gosh! Look at that score. We beat the Bears by 31 points. We've scored 30 points in our last 2 games. That is pretty good. Maybe we're finally getting a little bit of confidence at the end of the season. So hopefully it'll be enough for Moore to keep his job. We got the Panthers again. Got to play them on the road. I don't know if I want to risk simulating this one or not. We have 2 more games left. Okay, I'm going to risk the simulation for this one, but the last 2 games of the regular season, I'm going to jump in and play. And we lose to the Panthers this time pretty easily. So they get their revenge on us, and we also pick up another new injury. Brise has a dislocated ankle. Yeah, he's done for the season. I'm gonna put him on IR. So I'm going to go ahead and look to the free agent market. The best defensive tackle available at this point is Folorunsho Fatuntansky, former Texan, it looks like. He's a 75 overall. I'm going to sign him to the roster just to give us some depth on the defensive line. Double check and make sure this is the depth chart's properly getting adjusted. Yeah, Gottschalk is going to be our starter now. You know, he's gotten a little bit better, I've noticed. So I'm almost thinking that it might be worth it to try to keep him. But we have $66 million to work with. But he's going to want something player-friendly probably. Let's try this. Offer is perfect. Okay, so it only took a 2-year player-friendly deal to keep him. $53 million is still an okay amount to work with, and we can restructure contracts this offseason. We might be able to restructure Tracy's and maybe a couple of other players that we've acquired that are kind of newer players this season, so we can have some more cap room to maybe go out and get some big players in free agency. As far as the standings in the NFC South, we are still at the bottom. We have no chance of catching the team in third place in the Falcons. We do play them to wrap up the regular season. The last 2 teams we have are the Browns, so we got to go on the road to play against them, and I'm going to be playing these last 2 games. So let's go on the road and face the Cleveland Browns in our final 2 games. We're 5-10, they're 5-10, so it's a battle of 2, who cares teams. None of us are going to the playoffs. We're just trying to finish the season. So we got a chance to start on offense first drive. Trying to have Sellers wrap up his rookie season with confidence.
On the ground here, Tracy can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Last run only gained a yard. Means it's 2nd and 9. Now he'll throw off the play fake. This is hauled in by Atwell. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 5 men in the secondary for the Browns. 3rd down. Pass play now. Has him on the quick hitter.
Back-to-back catches, back-to-back touchdowns.
Just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake. Catch made. Tyrone Tracy. And they're going to get to him after a gain of...
And he wanted to test throwing to Olave there because he was covered pretty well. So just dumped it out to Tracy in the flat. But he's got good speed in the open field when he makes catches. So
on the handoff, this is Tracy.
They can give us a little bit more of a... kind of like, younger Kamara used to be. A little bit more of an option with the pass.
We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season.
Way to come back and make that catch, Atwell. I know that was tough, but still made it anyway. Not bruised
the completion rate is strong, Carter. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. I'm hungry.
Oh, Olave breaks the tackle off that catch.
As he makes it all the way to the 12. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. Headed out right.
I really haven't been running a lot with Sellers. I feel like I need to scramble a little bit more.
If you say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But it nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Now looking to throw. Another drop. The last two plays both should have been intercepted,
Well, it's good
but
field goal.
neither could be brought in. However brought, they do at least force this fourth down. The kick by Lutz is good.
Not ideal, but points are points. Browns only get a field goal too, so second quarter, early part of it, battle of field goal.
First down, play action.
Dang it! Thought I could maybe get out, scramble with Sellers there.
After one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down. He's dropping back to throw.
No blocking by 51 there.
Sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Of course, Myles Garrett, they're just working.
But on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense. That may have been a situation, you look back on it, he watches the tape the next day, and he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
I don't know why, just...
So it looks like they're going to line up and go for this. 4th and 4. And they're going for this.
Drop it off.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. They look to throw. Setting up the screen. And he's tackled.
A decent screen play there.
2nd and 3 now. Going from the gun here. Flush out now to his left. And he'll be brought down.
It's first down with his legs.
Offense is set. 1st and 10. He's going to throw this one. They get there to take him down right around the 41. Now after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to it. Back to throw. Spade over the middle. And
Got
he
1 yard.
maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
Substitute Richards again.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Come on, well. All right, 57-yard field goal. Let's go for it.
Lutz on to attempt the field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. Right. He needed to get all of it there.
Bit of an ugly game here so far, I'll admit, but it's two kind of bad teams, so. We slept.
He'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line.
Fortunately, our defense made a stop on their last possession, so still got a chance to get some points before the half.
Looking on 1st down. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down at the line. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Escapes the pocket. He has this down to the 34. Working quickly here.
Been scrambling a little bit more with Sellers in this game. I keep forgetting that actually he has a decent amount of mobility. I don't know why I've been kind of making him just a strictly drop-back passer when I've been playing with him so far, but I think this might be a better strategy. Remember that he's got a little bit of Michael Vick, so
and they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
We can score a touchdown here. That might put a pretty big dent in Cleveland's confidence.
Back to throw. He brings it in.
Atwell almost to the end zone. Out of the one, but still, Cleveland burned through their timeouts.
Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its
QB blast, why not?
They go heavy on this 1st and goal. 3 tight ends in the formation.
Go straight forward, Sellers. Come on, man. Dive touchdown, Sellers on the scramble. Let's go.
The Saints
First touchdown of the game. All right. We're not going to go for any more points at the end of the half. We're just going to run this ball and get to halftime. We've already done all the... Sellers has already done plenty of damage with running the football, so... Yeah, there's no need to, hurry up.
12 yards on that play and a good call.
Going to the half of 13-3. Been able to utilize, Sellers' legs a bit more in this game, and he'll get better at that, so it's a little bit more dimensional.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. It is week 17. Playoff spots on the line, seeding on the line, coaching jobs may be on the line. Let's dive in. Our spin around the NFL starts now at State Farm Stadium in Glendale. The Cardinals at home to take on the Commanders. And this is Jalen Lane.
Looks like this is a battle of two teams that won't be in the playoffs either, so kind of a who cares matchup there in Arizona.
It's a 48-yard touchdown. From there, let's go to Music
Cowboys are
City,
10-5, taking on the 8-7
Titans as they're hosting the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
And this is C.D. Lamb.
Throwing to C.D. Lamb for the touchdown. Looks like the Cowboys are, having a pretty good year of their own at 11-5 after that win against the Titans, who are now 8-8, 7-8 Steelers, 9-6 Bengals.
The Bengals hosting
could be still a little bit battle for playoff positioning in the AFC North, I suppose.
And here's the Steelers running back. He's going to take this one in 11 yards on the touchdown.
Wait, Mateer is their quarterback now?
The Steelers get back to
we cut him after the preseason. He must have had to become a starter now. I'm surprised the Steelers would have a record like that if Mateer is having to be their quarterback now. So NFC playoff picture. So as far as there's really three NFC South teams who are still kind of in contention. But we play the Falcons next week. We could potentially deflate any chance of them making the postseason. So we can play spoiler potentially next week. Meanwhile, Cleveland gets a touchdown finally on the board on their first drive of the third quarter. So gotta kind of answer back here.
First and 10. Back to throw now.
And that was pretty much almost a play.
Searching for Chris Olave with that one. And now it's second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
A handoff to Tracy. And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Pat the 60. Air it out on third.
Olave makes the catch for the first, despite the fact he had somebody draped all over.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Dropping back to throw. Buys top, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. Right in the water defensively after that sack. This offense facing 2nd and 23.
Olave breaks loose. Oh, he's gone. Touchdown, Olave. Let's go. Beautiful. All right, Browns still staying in this game. They got a touchdown.
They go play action on first down.
You're open. Let's go, Williams.
He's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Looking in the air here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Setting up to throw.
Oh!
Falls to the ground out.
Well, Sellers got hit pretty hard as he threw it. That probably disrupted the throw.
Call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense.
And I miss Olave.
That's talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are smaller. On third down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
Begins his return at the 16. He's brought down before the return.
All right, defense. Well, you got to go back out there and try to make a play. And they do. Make a stop for us again. All right. All right. We got to try to, I don't know. I feel like I want to take time off the clock on this possession if we can, but, well, that helps with getting things started early with that well play. Over 200 yards again with Sellers.
15 yards and a first. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time. He could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
Not much going on with the running game today, so.
A couple of defenders there to bring him down. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Olave again making a clutch catch. 6 catches, 128 yards on the day, and a touchdown.
If only every game could go like this for him, right? He's been fed targets, and it seems like he's not just been able to bring them in, but he's been making good things happen every time he gets that football.
I'm having Marvin Harrison flashbacks right now, Kate. Being on the sidelines, watching that guy.
Oh, Olave's open again.
Moments like this, where you can't
He's a machine.
because that defense just simply has no answers.
This play goes for 36. And that's good for a Saints first down. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Browns are starting to use their timeouts.
The first of their 3 timeouts.
I kind of don't want to settle for a field goal here. If we get a touchdown, I think that'll pretty much put this one on ice.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll throw.
Oh, man. The bootleg didn't work at all.
Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game. 3rd down, Browns opting to go with a dime set defensively. Looking to throw. They did it.
That was... Oh, my God. Can't believe I did that. But they don't get anything. Oh, my goodness, our defense. I love you.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. And they will finally catch up to him. Just
50 yards rushing for Sellers today. At this point, we just got to sit on the ball.
Their final timeout. That's all they had. So the offense free to start running the clock down now. New set of downs for him. Starts at the 38. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. The incompletion still at the 38.
No timeouts.
2nd and 10. They run. Here's Tracy. He's going to get a 7 there. It's 3rd down coming up.
So much to like about that run, Kate.
That's particularly when he's
able to get out of it.
On the way down.
It feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
The counter give to Tracy. And this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one. And the effort brings up 4th down. Ooh, talk about
If it was 4th and 1, I probably would have gone for it. But in this situation,
I think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
it's going to give them less than 20 seconds to try to get in the field goal. And they have no timeouts. And we win! Through that late interception, which might have cost us the game had our defense not played as well as they played today. But it wasn't pretty, But we get a win against the Browns, 20-17, to get to 6-10 on the season. So hopefully we can end the season with back-to-back wins. At this point, that's all I'm hoping to do. Let's see about the approval rating. It's at 35% now, which is still bad, but it's not the worst. Let me go to Manage Team and see what the reports look like. Okay. Well, we already have both these guys on IR, so we're not going to bring on anybody for the final game of the regular season. We're just gonna go for it. All right. Final game of the season at home against the Falcons. Let's see if we can get a win to wrap up our season. Coming in here at 6-10 with the Falcons. Are on the outside looking into the playoff hunt right now. They may or may not be in the hunt technically anymore. They're 8-8. So yeah, this may be kind of another who cares game, but still. Matters to us if we're playing it. That's the way that should always be thought of. And Tracy, first play, Tracy. Don't catch me. Tracy has gone to the house on the first play for the touchdown. Let's go. All right, Falcons get on the board with a field goal.
We drop you in now to first quarter action as the offense begins this drive. Now a play fake here on first down.
Atwell.
To the right side and complete to Atwell.
Perfect.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
First down. First and 10.
On play action, that throw.
Touched by Williams.
Second down and 6 now.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy. He'll be pretty well stopped at his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on third down. And the Falcons get there.
Well, that didn't so well.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Call that 49 yards on it.
And the Falcons take the lead.
Here we go.
Now a fake on the jet sweep.
Come on.
Action, he'll look to throw it. Give that sack to Kyer.
What's the last game of the season?
A loss of 7.
Come on.
Brings up second and 17 at the 23-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. There's Chris Olave.
Got some of those yards back.
Brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch.
Got Olave. What a great throw by Sellers. Perfect.
From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 39-yard line. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
We'll take this lead.
Just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. Back to throw again.
Olave's going to be able to break free. Screenplay in this situation may not be the best idea. At the very least, win field goal. So.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
All right, first down.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for the Saints. First down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Olave.
They'll get this down to the 10. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17
yards. That's another Saints first down.
They'll look to throw again.
Stick right again for Olave, and he's in the end zone. Got the lead. Let's go. All Defense once again made a stop. Go 2 minutes here.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Oh my goodness! Oh.
It's out, it's loose.
Man. And the Falcons immediately get through.
And now this offense gets ready to take over the football, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Here's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
He'll look to throw.
Oh, you're open, Atwell.
That's caught. It's 2-2 Atwell.
I'm out.
The Saints
Great
going to
catch.
call the first of their timeouts. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
There on the coverage.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
I just feel like I keep making those decisions too slow when it comes to deciding to scramble or throw with selling.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2.
Although most of the time it's just I'm not getting enough time back here, really.
In the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line.
That's good for the Saints. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Bad.
And that will be incomplete with
All right, at least it fell in.
18 seconds now to go.
Got 1 timeout left.
2nd and 10.
Don't want to pass.
2nd down and 10.
They'll look to throw here. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Touchdown, Olave. His 2nd one of the game. Boom. Perfect throw. Defense once again making another stop. It's the 3rd quarter now.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Olave has been a beast all game. Another 100-yard game. He's the money man.
Line of scrimmage to 31 now on 1st and 10.
He's the money.
Here's a give up the middle. And this will wind up as Saints 1st down as we get this up to about the 42.
That's another Saints 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll hand it to Tracy. Breaks the tackle.
Breaks that one and able to get 4 yards. Good team.
It'll be 2nd down.
He was tackled
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Now back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's dropped just before the line.
Pull that guy, 1 yard to go.
Leaves him with 3rd
Stop.
and 1.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
And they'll let their fullback
Whoa.
push the pile.
Oof.
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop it.
Coach says we can go for it, so let's do it.
The offense
The last game of the season can't
They're
only.
going to go on 4th and 2. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Catch Olave.
Over the middle.
Can always count on you.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
That's another Saints 1st down.
Final minute now in the 3rd quarter.
42-yard line.
Tracy going to get it on 1st down. And he swallowed up right near.
Well, since that opening run, Tracy's been pretty limited, so.
His regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be
Get rid of that one quickly.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd.
Jalen Walker on the coverage.
They'll set up a throw. pass taken in.
First down. Move it. Johnson.
Be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 28 yards. 1 quarter remains.
That's the end of the third quarter. Fourth quarter coming up.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. They go play action here on first down.
Oh, break that tackle. Let's go.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
Saints, first down.
On the give, it's Tracy.
Tracy inches short. I don't think I've gotten a 100-yard game yet with Tracy. That's probably true.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. They'll go again.
Tracy first down.
And the Saints are going to be set up with a first and goal as Good Running gets him down to about the 4-yard line.
We score here. That might put a pretty good that's a good spot. Tracy finally finishes the drive. Finally over 100 yards with him. Let's go. Oh, he's not in. Okay. He's over 100 yards, though. All right, finish it off, Tracy. Come on. And he does with another touchdown. Once again, the Falcons can't do anything. So this game is kind of all but wrapped up.
On the ground, here comes Tracy. 107 yards rushing for him now as he has been
109 yards. Just 9 carries. I mean, one of those carries went for like 80 of them. So I'm actually going to hit pause for a second, guys. Got to get up and move just a little bit. Well, barring anything crazy, it looks like we're going to be on our way to our 7th win of the season, which, considering the fact that we started out the season 1-5, has to give management at least a little bit of an incentive to say, hey, look, Moore's doing some right things. It's looking like that we got a decent young quarterback to build around. I definitely feel like that the offense has gotten better since we made the trade for Tracy. I know this is only the first 100-yard game I've been able to get with him, but overall, I feel like that Tracy is going to be our starting running back for the future, at least going into next season. And, 81 overall and still being very young, still think he's got, a little ways to go in terms of development. So I think making that trade at the trade deadline was a big, big deal. I think that definitely is going to give us a significant piece to build around. Because, look, Kamara's going to be a free agent. I'm not going to bring him back. We got some rookies that we pulled in the rotation too. Antonio Williams, that's one of the reasons we made the trade of getting rid of Brandon Cooks in that trade for the Giants. We just wanted to get our younger players like Antonio Williams a chance to play. And, also to give our younger running backs, Haynes, the rookie out of Michigan. He's gotten a little bit more of a chance to be kind of the third down back, and he's looked more like the part. And we're not bringing back any of the other backup running backs we have, like Gainwell and Miller. Those guys are pretty much done here in New Orleans. So hopefully, at the end of the season, we're still here, and we're going to be able to finish this thing out. I know that they gave more contract extension at the end of the first live stream that I did, but I still got to kind of wonder, at least a little bit, if they're gonna keep me, and that's still going to be something that they're going to do. But anyway, just trying to get moving a little bit. You can't see me what I'm doing, but I'm taking steps right now, trying to get a little bit of a, not really a workout in, but just kind of get some steps moving, because I've been trying to move a little bit more. It's during the holidays, so there's plenty of, temptations, if you guys know what I mean. I was at work, and we had a little Christmas party this past Friday. I haven't even eaten that much pasta, carbohydrates, or sugars in a long time. So I'm still trying to work some of that off. All right, let's go to zone weeks here, actually.
Here's Tracy.
First down picked up by Tracy.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a first down.
7-yard gain. That's good for a Saints. First down.
He'll look to throw. And that is
Dropped.
incomplete.
Tight end is also, as far as the skill positions, definitely another position I want to upgrade this offseason. Because Johnson, this guy just really is. He's decent, but he's nothing too spectacular. But I think the moves that we did make this offseason with getting more weapons like Atwell, as you just saw right there, and making the trade for Tracy, I think we've got some pieces around, but now we got to work on building up that offensive line because we really didn't focus on that in the first offseason. We're doing this, kind of piece by piece. It's a rebuild for a reason. That's why they call it that. So the Falcons just burned a timeout. It's a 4th and 1 right now. I'm not going to get too greedy here. I'm just going to kick the field goal. It's going to make it a... You know what? We're just going to kick the field goal here. Maybe we can go for the jugular, but let's just kick the field goal and go for it.
The kick by Lutz is good.
Falcons narrow the gap, but they can't do anything better than that, and we win our regular season finale, finishing with 7-10. Considering how we started the season 1-5, the back half of the season has definitely been better. And there were some games that I didn't have to play. Like, there were some games that I was able to simulate, and we were still able to win. So there were some better things towards the end of the season that I think we can point to as saying, hey, there's going to be some decent things next year in 2027. So the future does look bright in a way, but hopefully, Sellers continues to develop and yeah. Upgrade players, and we're still here. We have not been fired. Oh, we got a contract extension. Okay, we decided to extend your current contract. Congratulations, 5 years. Okay, so we got an extension in the first year, and got an extension this year. Okay. And you can see at the end of the season, we started out just 79 to 80 overall across the board, and overall we've gone up by a total of 3 points. I think it definitely shows that some of our players are developing and that we're getting a little bit better. So looks like the Saints have management has seen that. And they've acknowledged that. So going to give more of them an incentive to keep Kellen Moore. I kind of wish they didn't get rid of the whole owner's mode that you could actually be an owner of a team, but I get it. And it actually kind of makes you want to play more of the games because normally what I've been doing is that I've just been simulating for pretty much the most part for the last several years that I've been doing Madden rebuilds. But I feel like in these rebuilds, to just avoid getting fired, I have to take control over some games and just be able to ensure that the coach doesn't get fired like a couple of seasons in, because you can't do a rebuild in 2 to 3 seasons, I feel like sometimes, especially with taking over a team in the Saints who just had a lot of holes all across the board. All right, so our season is done, but let's take a look at the playoffs. The Falcons did not make it. And then again, us beating them also probably didn't help. The Giants have the number 1 seed, so despite the fact that they lost Tyrone Tracy, they have the number 1 seed in the NFC. So some of our players are actually going to get a chance to play in the postseason, including Brandon Cooks. So they might have a chance to go win a championship, but we'll see. Okay, in the rest of the NFC, it's the 49ers and the Vikings, the Lions and the Cowboys, and then the Bucks and the Eagles. AFC, Ravens have the number 1 seed. Chiefs are number 2 with the Broncos. And then it's going to be the Bills against the Patriots and the Titans against the Bengals. We lost to the Bengals. I played that game and we lost that game. So let's go ahead and advance through the playoffs, and we'll see who advances to the championship. I do want to take a look at one thing really quick. I should probably take a look at... So Benjamin Turner's job security says good as far as defense. So I don't think we need to look at changing our defensive coordinator. But Kellen Moore is actually the one that's looking the worst. So the rest of our coaching staff is looking promising. But we just got to get some more talent, I feel like. Defense, offense, everywhere. I'm actually going to do this scout, OTAs thing. That's been there all season. I'm just going to get it done and get rid of it.
A new rookie class.
This is the Morris. Okay. I just wanted to get that out of the way. All right, let's check out the Pro Bowl roster and see if any of the Saints made it. I doubt it, but let's see anyway. Our fullback, British Brooks, made the Pro Bowl. How about that? No Chris Olave. I mean, some of the games that I played with him toward the back half of the season. Looks like the only person who made the Pro Bowl was our fullback of everybody. Well, you know, he did some decent things for us this year, and we did run a lot of, fullback kind of play. We have fullback dive kind of in the formation, so yeah. Let's check out the playoff bracket and see who made all the way to the Super Bowl, and it's the Giants against the Bengals. So the playoff shaped up like this. The 49ers beat the Vikings, the Lions beat the Cowboys, and the Eagles beat the Bucks, and then it was the 49ers beating the Lions again in the postseason, and it was the Giants beating the Eagles, and the Giants defeated the 49ers in a rematch of the 2011 NFC Championship game. AFC side. Broncos go on the road to Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs. The Patriots beat the Bills, and the Bengals beat the Titans. So it was the Bengals beating the Patriots, and then the Ravens beating the Broncos in a very low-scoring game. And the Bengals beat the Ravens on the road, so it's Bengals and the Giants in the Super Bowl this year. Well, it's looking like that with the Giants, they found their dynamic duo of Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo. So it's looking like that things are turning the corner for the Giants. So good for them. Let's check out the yearly awards. MVP is Joe Burrow. Coach of the Year. No way Kellen Moore was even in contention for this. NFC side of things, Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year. Nobody. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Garrett Nussmeier. Okay, so Jackson Dart is not their starting quarterback. Sellers actually finished fourth for Offensive Rookie of the Year, which isn't too bad. Fernando Mendoza's a Ram, and Jeremiah Love's with the Cowboys. Defensive Rookie of the Year, no Saints there. Best QB, Sellers didn't even make top 10. Best running back, no sign of even Tracy getting any accolades. Best wide receiver, Chris Olave finished 9th. Okay, that's not too bad. Best offensive lineman, no Saints. Best defensive lineman, nobody. Best linebacker, nobody. Best DB, no one. Best kicker, Will Lutz finished 5th. Yeah. So, not really anybody in any contention for any awards. And like I said, when your fullback is the only player who makes the Pro Bowl, then yeah. Well, let's see who wins the Super Bowl between the Giants and the Bengals. Pretty interesting matchup. Season recap, and it's the Giants winning their 5th Super Bowl. The MVP is Garrett Nussmeier. Brian Daboll also won Coach of the Year. The Offensive Player of the Year is Jamar Chase of the Bengals. Defensive Player of the Year is actually Max Crosby of the Raiders. Rookie of the Year is Nussmeier. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Mike Anthony Hill Jr. of the Panthers. Okay. So now it's time to kind of get into the offseason. Let's see about retirements. I'm going to go to the Giants and see if any of the players we traded there retired. Let's see if Brandon Cooks retired on top. So Brandon Cooks did not retire. Let's go to us and see who retired. Sam McGuavin is the only player who retired. He was a stopgap guy anyway, so we don't really lose any significant players. So that's good. Probably some practice squad players we have to upgrade. Yeah, these are just practice squad guys. So yeah. Okay, so recap. Yeah, not really much else we can do. So I'm going to take a look at players ready to negotiate because I want to double check. And yeah, I got to accept the 5th-year option on Fuaga. Yes, I'd like to pick up the 5th-year option on him. He's quickly becoming one of our better offensive linemen. But everybody else, I'm just going to do one more check. Everybody else can go. Well, our fullback made the Pro Bowl, but we can always get Brooks back later. So we're just going to go with that. And it leaves us with a decent amount of cap room. But I'm also going to go ahead and do adjusting of contracts. Let's do that. I'm going to restructure everybody I possibly can. So Sellers is up to a 77 now. So that's not too bad. We can actually restructure Shuck's contract. So let's go ahead and do it, even though he's our backup, so he's not very significant. So Tracy only has 1 year left on his contract. And he's up to an 87, though. Well, he's actually an 82, technically, but still. Means we can't really restructure. I don't know if we can restructure White. Let's see. No, we can't really do that. White, honestly, may be expendable, but I don't know if he's somebody I want to give up. And we gave Chris Olave a big, fat contract. But I want to restructure it. Yeah, I'll free up $4.96 million for this year, so that'll be big. Antonio Williams has become our second best receiver. Atwell, now our third best receiver. I mean, he still, was productive this season. Can't really restructure too much with these guys. These are all pretty, low-end guys anyway. They're, 71 overall, so not really too much we can do there as far as wiggle room is concerned. Banks can be restructured. We have $510K. Edwards, we signed in free agency. We don't really have much we can do there. McCoy, can't really restructure anything with him. He's up to he's still sitting at an 89. Ruiz, he can't be restructured. Simpkins, nope. Fuaga, I think, yeah, he can be restructured. We have $1.03 million for this year. But yeah, he's now become our second best offensive line as far as overalls are concerned. Young is only going to be on the last year of his deal. That can be restructured. We're bringing him back really for depth more than anything. I mean, we got Brise still here, who's our top defensive tackle. But getting some help behind him, I think, is critical. Restructure this guy, $30K. McAllister, can't be restructured. Rivers, excuse me, can't be restructured. Stutzman, he's basically become our best middle linebacker right now. So now Barnes still has 1 more year left, but I'm always going to be looking in the free agent market to see what's out there when the time comes. So Will, linebackers, both of these guys, Warner and Ford, only have 1 year left. Cairo, yeah, corners. Maybe Riley can be restructured. Nope, he can't. And McKinstry only has 1 year left on his deal, and so is Alontae Taylor, who we re-signed. The rookie, Bossum, is definitely somebody got to look at for that. Can't really restructure Justin Reed. He's up to an 86. And an 82 Sanker. We can restructure him too and free up $110K. That's good. Here, Forrest. We're going to have to get a new kicker and punter. And long snapper this offseason, actually. Okay, so I think we've done all the restructuring that we possibly can. Let's go back to the negotiating screen and see how much we have. We have $88 million now to work with, so we're going to go into the free agent market with that amount. The good thing is that we have plenty of cap room to spend, which means we're able to keep Olave here on a big deal. Okay, so now it's time to see who is out here and what we really need. So I want to kind of go take a look at position by position and just see what we have out here top. So as far as the top 100, first of all, there's not a lot of guys that are like looking to come, but Drew Tranquill looks like he'd be interested in coming here. We could use he would be a big-time upgrade at the will linebacker spot. And he also wants to be here. Let me see how our current will linebacker positions are looking. Oh, yeah, he would definitely be an upgrade, even though we have Werner still here and Ford. But those guys are also on the last year of their deals. I know Tranquill is a bit older, but I think for him being a guy that's in the top 10 as far as players available, he's 32 years old, but still. 2-year neutral deal. See if he'll take this. It doesn't put us at the top. The Giants are actually up top, so you know what? We're going to have to sweeten the deal. We're going to go with a player-friendly deal for 3 years. This probably will be his last major contract. The Giants are still ahead of us. I just don't want to, get into a big-time bidding war, and we can always look to the draft as well. Let's check out the Mike linebackers. Nobody really significantly better here. I say that. Ellis would be an upgrade. He only wants a 1-year deal, so we're his only offer, actually, so it might be an okay offer. No real upgrades at Sam linebacker, though. Let's see about, let me see how the Sam linebacker actually looks in general. At least in the 70s. Actually, we have no Sam linebackers. Okay, so we have to look at this again. Yeah. Sam, yeah. Yasser Abdullah. I don't think anybody's going to be offering him anything spectacular. So we're actually going to go with a very team-friendly deal just to get that position taken care of. Oh, we're actually above the... Okay, you know what? I'm going to go with the neutral deal, actually. It'll put us a little bit above the Titans, just to make sure that we get somebody at that position. Yeah, it puts us full bar above them. John Giles Harris, just to make sure that we have 2 guys there. Let's go ahead and sign him on a team-friendly deal for 1 year. Nobody else is, I think, really... nobody else is really offering him anything. So, yeah. We only have, one more offer that we can make. And I feel like I really need to take a look at some offensive line upgrades out here. Is there any offensive lineman? Oh, but we already have a decent center. Oh, but we'd have to offer him a pretty hefty contract. Brian O'Neill at 87 overall, but we've got a young guy, so let me check out our right guard situation. Actually, let me check out every offensive line situation here. 77, 78, 89. We got a 78 Ruiz, actually. That's not too shabby. We need backups at all of these positions, really, anyway. So yeah, let's not go ham on that too much. Granderson is an 80. Chase Young is an 80, but those guys won't be here for a long time. And with Ellis, at least we get Ellis, Maybe there's a corner or a safety out there that could be a big help. Let's go to edge rushers. Will McDonald, that's not really much of an upgrade. Wilkins, well, that's defensive tackle, actually. Van Ginkel's available, but he really doesn't want to come here. We would have to offer him a pretty big contract, too, so I don't want to overpay for somebody like that. What about corners? Riley Moss is really interested in coming here, actually. But, it might be worth it to get some help in here. He's only 27, 3-year deal. Let's offer him this and see if that's enough to get him here. Oh, we're up at the top of his list. Okay. Well, we're at 5 out of 5. I'm not going to go too crazy on like we'll get our special teams situated in the next wave. You know what? I'm gonna spend a little bit more on Tranquil. Player friendly, and I'm gonna go with 7 million 3 years. Let's do this. That still doesn't put us above the Giants. I hate to get in a bidding war with him, but this may be overpaying. 4 years, $6.5 million. That still doesn't put us above the Saints, or above the Giants, I should say. You know, at 32 years old, I'm not going to overpay for that. Just got to hope and pray. Maybe he'll sign with us. But the Giants also just won the Super Bowl. So that's more attractive than us. We got Tranquil. Oh, yes, let's go. Wow. Okay. So looks like we lost out. So we got Ellis, and we've got Abdullah, and we were able to get Tranquil. We're still targeting Joe Niles Harris. I forgot who the other player was that we targeted, because we targeted a fifth guy. But okay. I think it was it was a corner, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Riley Moss. Okay, well, there's other decent corners out here. Oh no, Phillips is to the Raiders. I was thinking about going to get him. And there's nobody really better, so okay. Well, that's a pretty good haul. All right, now it's time to take care of special teams. Let's go ahead and go to the long snappers and see who's out here. We would have to offer a decent amount to Hayden here. 2-year deal. We're also his only offer, so he'll take this. I feel like, you know. Kickers. Fairbairn's available. Let's see about bringing him in for 1 year. He's got no other offers, so I'll probably be able to get him. Punters. Let's bring in Ethan Evans, former Ram, 2 years. That's what he wants. Okay, so we've got that taken care of. And now what else do we need? We do need backup offensive linemen. So let's go out and get Broderick Jones, 74 overall. With a team-friendly deal for 1 year. We're probably his only offer. Yeah, we are. We need a backup left guard. Christian Mahogany. Offer a team-friendly deal to him. The Texans actually are offering a bit more. You know what? Let's go with the neutral deal. See if it puts us at about the same level as them. If we lose out on him, it's not the end of the world. Oh, we're actually above the Texans now. Okay, so we're good at center. I think right guard was also the other spot that we needed. Okay, that 81 guy is still available. Okay, back up there, back up there. Oh, we actually do need a backup. Well, we need a backup center. We don't need a starter there, though. You know what? Nobody's really... Let's see if we can get that right guard. Cody Mouch. What does neutral deal do for us? We're below the Giants. Player-friendly deal, $10 million, 3 years. Overpaying, sure, but I want to get this guy. We need an upgrade at right guard. He's only, 28 years old. I think that'll be a huge get for us. We also need a backup center, so let's go get one. Garrett Bradbury. Team-friendly deal for 1 year. about right tackle? Are we good at right tackle as far as depth there? Yeah, we're good. We still have Truss here for, I think, one more year. Defensive tackles were pretty good. I really didn't see any improvements there. I think I'll go ahead and get a backup Sam linebacker, though. There's not really another corner that I looked at and said, yeah, that's a good idea. Well, I said that. There's really nobody really great out here. There's also a scheme fit guy. That's the thing. Phillips, I think, was the guy I was looking at as a good third option at corner, but he's already snatched up. There's really not a whole lot of interest. Sam linebacker is more depth than we need. Okay, so we were able to get Abdullah. Let's go ahead and bring back Gardeck. Team-friendly deal for 1 year, but we just need the depth. Yeah, we just need the depth there. Well, actually, you know what? Actually, we don't need to do that because we're already targeting Giles Harris. Okay, so I think this is all we're going to do. So we're targeting Fairbairn, Mouch. Well, the Giants are already ahead of us. So if this doesn't work, then, I think I'm just going to go ahead and move on. Although we got Tranquil, even though we were second behind the Giants for his services. Getting Evans, our punter, Hogan Hayton, our long snapper, Bradbury, center depth, left guard depth with Christian Mahogany, Broderick Jones, left tackle depth, John Giles Harris. So let's see if we get any of these guys. I don't know about that right guard, though. I don't know if we're going to be able to land him. But let's see. We got the right guard. Let's go. Let's go. We had to overpay for him, but, hey, I think it was worth it. Okay, we did get Evans. We got the long snapper. We got Bradbury. We got John Giles Harris. Is there anybody who we're still targeting? Okay, Broderick Jones is still considering our offer, but I have to imagine he's going to go ahead and accept it. All right. Now I got to kind of adjust the numbers a little bit with some of our players. I could use a backup quarterback, but I don't know. You know what? I'm honestly thinking that maybe it might be a decent idea to try to trade Rashad White. Maybe just for an extra draft pick that we lost from trading for him. Oh, yeah, we actually need to go get a fullback. Oh, and I didn't even look at tight ends. Should have looked at tight ends. Okay, so Mouch is up to an 83. So he played for the Bucks. He actually wears 69 in real life, so he's good. I mean, Ruiz is still solid at 78. I mean, I could kick him over to left guard. It might be a decent move, but I'll see. We need a backup free safety, too. Let's see, I think Fairbairn. Yeah. Give him number 7. Let's see, is Fairbairn? Give me Fairbairn. Is he 15 or is he? Actually, he's 15. No, he can be 7 too. He's been 7 and he's been 15. I don't think he can be 15 though. Actually, maybe he can. All right, let's see if we make him 15. We might have a receiver that's 15, but I don't know. Okay, let's just give him 17 for now, and then we'll get the numbers situated here in a sec. Mason Tipton. And let's just give him a random number. everyone's got his number pretty much set. All right, Ethan Evans. I don't really know much about him. Ethan Evans. I know he is the punter, I guess, for the Rams currently. Oh, he actually does wear 42. Okay, all right, well, he can stay 42 then. Hogan Hayton. $49. That might be available. Restructure the contract too while I'm at it. Yeah, I should actually go ahead and try to restructure all of these guys that I signed. If I can. To be able to maximize. Let's give it 48. Be able to maximize all the cap that we can to be able to still fill out the roster with depth at all the positions. Okay, so we do need a fullback. I should take another look at tight ends. Okay, all right. Are we still targeting guys? Okay, Broderick Jones. Oh, we do need a backup left guard, actually. Alex Pakinski. Okay, where's only offer? All right, fullback. Dylan Carson doesn't look too bad. Somebody really decent, so. I'm actually going to go with Dylan Carson. Fullback. Let's check out tight ends. The best guy available was Hunter Henry, which, honestly, I should have been looking at that. Darrell Washington is available, but he really doesn't want to come here. There's some decent guys, but none of them are interested in coming to New Orleans, except for Granson. He's a 70. Yeah, I'm not going to get too crazy about trying to target any tight ends. And as far as quarterbacks are concerned, Jacoby Brissett is out there, but I don't think I would need to be spending money on like a guy that's going to be like a third-string quarterback pretty much. So, all right, so the final wave of free agency, I think we're good. We're still targeting Broderick Jones. We're targeting a left guard replacement, a backup left guard, and then a new starting fullback in Dylan Carson. Let me double-check the roster really quick just to make sure I'm not... Oh, wait, there's some defensive... Yeah, backup free safety. That's also what I need to look for. I forgot there was like one other position I need to look at. All right, backup free safety. Let's go Lonnie Johnson Jr. He's actually interested in coming here. All right, $16.1 million left. Now let's go to salaries and see what adjustments we can do with all of this, because I'll be able to restructure some of the contracts of these guys. I'll restructure $5.22 million. We restructure Mouch. Can I maybe get rid of Barnes? It'll incur a penalty. Okay, so no, I'm not going to do that. Tranquil. Yeah, for $3.08 million. But I had to overpay to get him. I mean, I feel like I did. Just felt like I had to. And Evans restructuring will save some money as well. And what about the long snapper? Nope, can't restructure. Okay. All right. So that's what we're going to do. Pretty much done with free agency now. It's waiting and seeing if all those guys decide to sign. All right, let's see who we got. Okay, so we got Tranquil. We did manage to get Broderick Jones, backup left tackle. We got Lonnie Johnson Jr. to sign, backup free safety. We got a backup left guard, and Alex Palsweski. Carson signed, Dula signed, yeah. Overall, pretty decent free agency haul. The prize, though, is Drew Tranquil, a new starting will linebacker for us, which is going to help this defense a lot because defensively we really need to make some turning of the corner, if you will. Okay, so now we're about to go into draft season officially. I'm going to take a look and see, what we've got as far as picks, and we're going to go with that. Let's go to mock drafts here. So let's go to mock draft number 5. We have the 9th pick, and they have us projected to take Jordan Seaton, left tackle of Colorado. That might not be a bad idea, but if Bryce Young, not the quarterback, the left edge rusher from Notre Dame is available, I like that too. If Colin Simmons slips, that would make things even better. I don't think Dylan Stewart is going to slip that way. But I'm honestly thinking Bryce Young might also be the better idea because we really need to get better on the defensive side of the ball. We're not going to be having those edge rushers here forever, so I think we need to go with that. I think doing that will be a better idea overall. Here we go.
Welcome.
We didn't have a whole lot of picks in last year's draft, but we have more to make this year. So here we are. First round, 9th overall pick, and there's Bryce Young. Nobody took him. I'm taking him. Excellent pick. So we nailed the first pick of the draft for us. Now we're in the second round. All right, so now... some halfbacks available that aren't too bad. Isaac Moore, Caden Durham of LSU. Those wouldn't be too bad of selections. We could always use running back help. Let's go with Isaac Brown of Louisville. It says it's an excellent pick. All right. Just want to kind of go with, the BPA, best player available mentality there. So I think I got that by getting another pretty good stud at running back. Although this pretty much guarantees that we're going to have to try to trade away Rashad White. It's unfortunate, but yeah. Ooh, this Javier Gabriel from Iowa State. Strong safety is not looking too bad. We do need some help there, sure. Let's go with Gabriel. Strong safety from Iowa State. No, that's an average pick. Well, our first average pick of the draft. It's not too bad, though. 5th round. Of course, we don't have a 3rd round, so we trade that one away. We do need help at tight end, so we're going to go with Mark Soto of Clemson. I don't know if we found our starter with this guy. Oh, man, it's an F. Ugh. We might have just found the worst tight end in the draft with this pick. Oh, goodness gracious. And that's it for the draft. We didn't have a whole lot of late-round picks, so this is our draft for year 2. Bryce Young, first-round pick, 9th overall, 78 overall coming in. That is big. Oh, and look at Isaac Brown coming in at an 81 overall. He was our second-round pick. We got a steal in that. We drafted Haynes last year, but nothing wrong with having running back depth. Javier Gabriel is coming in at 67 overall. I'm not expecting him to be the starter right away. And Soto is a 59 overall tight end. So we definitely did not draft our starting tight end with that guy. All right, well, let's go ahead and go through the roster and see here. Rashard White automatically becomes the 4th running back on the roster. So let me take a look at Isaac Brown's number. He is still at Louisville. Looks like he's wearing 25 and 1, or he's worn 25 and 1 throughout his career. Although I think 1 is already taken up by Alontae Taylor, I want to say. Yeah. But maybe he can wear, he can't wear 25. It's worn by Quincy Riley. Maybe I give him something like in the 20s or something like that. But still, that's a pretty solid pick for a second-round pick. We got a steal, I think, in this one. You know what? He could stay. He could stay at 37. Let's give him at that. Antonio Williams is now our second best receiver at 78, above Tutu Atwell and Jalen Polk. So I'm liking the way that things are looking there. Mark Soto. I don't think this guy's a real player, but let me see. Mark Soto. Yeah, he's not a real player at Clemson. 88, 59 overall, though. Ugh. Disgusting. I'm debating about whether I should move Ruiz to left guard. Let me see what he looks like at left guard. I imagine he'd be the same overall, but I think I'm going to kick him over to left guard to put our best talent out there on the field. Cesar Ruiz is still young, so he's getting better. But if we put him on the left side at left guard in the offensive line, yeah, he automatically becomes the best guy in front of David Edwards. Edwards is only going to be here for probably like one more year anyway. I'm still going to keep him for depth. But Ruiz, we've got him locked into a pretty decent deal. Our offensive line definitely improved. We got an 80, 83, 89, 78, and a 77. The left side is the only part of the offensive line that still needs a little bit of work. Chase Young, Bryce Young of Notre Dame. Bryce Young, Notre Dame. Yeah, he wears number 30. Don't know if that's available, though. Carlos Johnson, but Carlos is a random generated player, so let me just change his number to something random. Let's change his number to 31. So getting Bryce Young, he's coming in 78 overall. If we decide not to keep Chase, then I feel like that Bryce could be ready to be the starter here pretty soon when he comes in. So I like the look of that. Guess I'm just wondering, hopefully he turns out to be a decent guy. Granderson. And Westmoreland didn't really develop too much in his first year. I mean, he didn't play probably very much, so that's probably also why. Got decent depth at defensive tackle, I think, as well. Godchuk, I'm kind of glad I decided to bring him back for one more year. The Sam linebacker group is still pretty bad. Ellis is a big upgrade at middle linebacker for us. Barnes is still going to be here for one more year to provide us some of that. Stutzman, I just don't think is ready to take over yet. He's just not getting up there as far as ratings. Tranquil is a big acquisition. Werner's decent depth behind him now. So, yeah, we're looking better, I think, on the defensive side of the ball. We're going to get better year by year. I'm hoping so. Yeah, let me see about Javier Gabriel. Don't think he's a real player. No, he's not a real player. Okay. Well, then he can stay at 38 then. All right. And I think that'll pretty much do it. We may make some adjustments like, before the preseason begins with like possibly thinking about trading somebody like Rashard White. But I'm going to wrap it up. I've been streaming for the last few hours, really. So I think it's perfect time for me to stop. I don't know if I'll be streaming again tonight or tomorrow. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to be streaming again until maybe like right before the new year because we're getting ready to go into the holidays. I'm going to be getting basically Monday through Friday off for Christmas when it comes to traveling and all of that. So I'll be traveling to San Antonio to be with my family for that. So I won't be streaming next Monday or next Tuesday at all for sure. So Not sure when I'll be streaming again, but you guys will know soon enough. In the meantime, thanks for watching and take care.